I've been thinking today, what is more to do with my life? Pretty philosophical question. I just came back from gym, worked on my chest, biceps, so I did a bench press, 210 pounds for 3 reps. I've been thinking lately about my life, skills, competitive advantage, employable skill, my financial situation. Like, what is it that makes me happy? Thinking a lot about happiness. And then today I've been thinking about what is more to do with my life, like what is more to do with my happiness. And so yesterday I talked about how I'm getting paid way more than average Canadian salary, so it's Japanese salary or American salary. I'm getting paid quite good, and money is one of the deciding factors. One of the biggest deciding factors for most people's happiness. If you don't have a decent amount of money, then you can't afford many things, so your happiness goes down. But it's also true that you can't buy happiness by unlimited amount of money. Money is not gonna make you happy no matter how much money you make or you have. So there's a certain point, like a threshold, where you won't be any happier by making even more money. There's a threshold. It's said to be around like $70,000 or $80,000 a year. And if you're making $40,000-$50,000, it'll make you become happier if you make $10,000 extra dollar. But if you're already making $70,000-$80,000, it doesn't make much more. It doesn't make you much more any happier, even if you make $10,000 extra from $80,000. So from $80,000 to $90,000, or like $100,000 to $150,000, it doesn't make you much more happy. It's called you're hitting that point of diminishing return in a graph. It's like this. So from a 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, happiness goes up in a linear fashion, maybe a little bit exponential fashion. But after 70, 80, the amount of happiness you gain by increase your income is gonna slow down like this. So this point is called the point of diminishing return, because return is going to diminish. It slows down, and I'm at the point where I'm hitting the point of diminishing return, and really I have no interest in just making money with no other life, with no other fun or adventures or interest or hobby whatsoever. So I've been thinking today, what makes me even more happy, in terms of money, salary, makes me feel good that I'm making pretty decent amount of money, but it doesn't really give me anything else, just a feeling. And then what else do I have in my life? Most of the day, day-to-day life, I have a 9-to-5 job, and I have weekends, and I have 3-4 weeks of vacations. But it really depends on how I think about my life and how I want to spend my time to be happy. And then it really makes me think, what am I going to do to be happy? It's kind of easy for most people to think oh, just get a car, get a good job, get good grades, get a wife, get married, have a kids, buy a car, buy a house, and then go on a vacation with family, and buy a dog, and buy nice furniture. All the sorts of stuff that I just mentioned are ultimately related to having happiness, achieving happiness. And then society makes you think oh, you need to have this, you need to do that, you need to achieve this, you need to go to this school, you need to get a job, you need to get a wife, you need to get married to feel like you're happy. And it's really that coming from the assumption that you don't have anything to begin with when you're bored. You need to have something, you need to achieve something, you need to get something. That kind of assumption is making us non-happy. that assumption, if the assumption is true, then baby is not happy, right? Baby doesn't have a car, doesn't have a job, doesn't have a school, doesn't have a wife, so doesn't mean baby is not happy. It's not quite true, right? But as we grow older, we are going to be exposed to TV commercials about expensive watch, branded bag, nice shoes, nice car, luxurious, car, house, condo, you name it. And then those, external stimulus make us want to have those, to have certain kind of feeling. And a certain kind of feeling is usually about being happy or being validated, being recognized, being validated by other people that because I have, this and that, because I have a car and a house and a beautiful wife or a handsome boyfriend, because I have this and that, society makes you think, or society or other people think, oh, he or she is happy, is better, and in a greater place than other people. But having the assumption to begin with is a wrong place to start, because that means we need to have something. We're essentially lacking something to be happy naturally. But it's really about, being happy, is to really realize that you don't really need to have those stuff. You're already enough. You're born this way and you're already enough to be happy. That's like, really fundamental, principles, fundamental philosophies. That's a fundamental beginning to your journey to become happy. And I've been thinking so that's the reason why I don't have much of a materialistic desire. I don't really have desire to own a car or house or expensive watch. But those are not really going to make me happy in long term. Maybe in the short term, it's gonna make me excited. It's gonna make me proud. It's gonna make me feel like, wow, I have this, so cool. It's only short term. Those emotions are short-lived. And so I'm thinking about, what I'm talking about here is long-term happiness. And, in terms of money and job, it's gonna eventually be boring. After I've been excited, since I started a new job, but after 2 months, 5 months, 7 months, 8 months, it's gonna be a little stale, right? It's gonna stagnate. The feeling of a little bit, dullness. And so I started feeling that, am I going to be excited as usual every single day in next, few months, next year, next few years, next 10 years? I don't know, but, what am I going to do with my life? What more to do in my life? When you're 20, when you're 25, when you're 18, there are so many things that people tell you to do. Get good grades, or go to this university, or graduate, get a job at a good and big company, so that you make other family or relatives happy and proud, right? And then your family and relatives and friends are gonna tell you, oh, get a nice girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, and husband, get married. How about kids? That's gonna make your family proud. And you just keep doing that, living on somebody's term. And after that, what is it that's gonna make you really happy? At this point, until 20, 25, 30, even worse. Worst case, somebody in 35 or 40. You've been living a life to make other people happy, not to make yourself happy. Most people are spending most of the time in their life living for somebody's expectation, to meet somebody's expectation, to make other people happy, make your family, your friends, your relatives happy by making them proud, by going to good school, get a job, get married, have a kids, and have a nice car and a house, and then you realize in 25, 30, 35, 45. No matter what age, you realize at one point when maybe you're 40. What is it to do with my life? And what is more to do with your life? What is more to do in my own life to be happy? You've been so caught up in thinking about, I need to do this, I need to do that. Society makes you think, TV commercials, people is gonna envy you if you have a nice car, people is gonna envy you if you go to really nice, reputable university, and you feel good. You really feel good and proud at the moment because you feel like you are better than somebody else at the time. But after 25, 30, working for a few years, getting married for a few years, things get a little bit boring. If you don't have a purpose, if you don't have a mission, you might start thinking like, why am I living this life? Why did I even want to buy a house or this car? Why did I even want to have a job that I don't really even enjoy? Most people might think like that. And then at the point you're already 30, 35, 40, maybe 50, even worse. At the point, it's too late. It's too late to go back in the past and then have a different life. So that's the reason why I've been thinking about it. I don't want to regret what I didn't do in my life. So, I want to be happy. And then I don't want to be, really programmed to think like, oh, I need to have a car, I need to go to job, I need to get paid, 6 figures, I need to have a wife, I need to have kids, I need to have, it is okay, I like a dog, I like kids, and I have those, but I'm talking about, things that you want to or you think you want to have, but you don't really because society, friends, family, relatives have been telling you to do that. Those stuff, I try to, be critical about it. And, right now, job and money, I know it's coming from a little bit of a spoiled place, coming from really spoiled and a good place because now I have a job and I get paid. That it makes me think like, so what is more to do? Like, what's next? Really, like, what's next? And until 25 and until 26, until I graduate my university, I couldn't think like this. My ultimate and primary focus was to graduate. Until I get a job, my primary focus was to get a job. Until I had 1+ years of work experience, my primary focus was to get 1+ year work experience so that I can start looking for other job. Until I had 2 years of experience, full-time work experience, my primary goal was that. And after that, after 2 years, after 3 years, what's next? Until I traveled to Southeast Asia and Central and Eastern Europe, my goal was to explore the world, take on an adventure, live in a European city for half a year, and I just did that. So what is more? What is next? Like, what now? Kind of thing. And life is like that. Without purpose and a mission, you can get lost quite easily. And so many people are, being confused. They are lost in their own lives, even if they're making 6 figures, even if they're making $100,000 a year, even if they're making $200,000 a year. People work at Wall Street, the investment banking, they're making shit tons of money, but at the same time they're working long ass hours. They're probably working like 10 hours, 12 hours a day, being pressured by a company, a boss about producing results. They make money, but they also have less freedom and personal time. So why are they working? Are they working for the sake of working, or are they working for the sake of living? And I want to live. I want to work to live. I don't want to work to work. And it's kind of really fundamental question to ask, because when you're in junior high school, your parents gonna tell you, oh, you need to work. There's no way to live your life without working. So you stop thinking, you stop questioning about, the meaning of work. And then most people are already, they stop thinking about, the meaning of life, why they need to work, because they just believe. They're just, blind-mindedly believe that they need to work and there's no single other options. and then the purpose of life becomes work. Purpose of life becomes, oh, I need to wake up 8 a.m. tomorrow. Oh, I need to cook dinner. I need to prepare a lunch for tomorrow's work. Oh, I need to go to sleep before 11 to wake up 8 a.m. tomorrow. Keep doing that, and then you just, just going with motion, losing the big picture of why you are living your life. You stop thinking about it. You stop thinking. And it's kind of like you're shackled in society. You're shackled by the idea that you need to be kind of like a corporate slave. For most people though, I'm not saying I'm like that, but most people, they work for the job that they hate, and they spend time with people that they don't want to spend time with, and that they spend money to buy something to impress people that they don't even care about. That apply to so many people, right? You buy stuff to try to impress people that you don't even know, strangers. You try to impress people at a nightclub that you don't even know and you don't even care. You buy a car, a house, a nice apartment, or yacht, expensive clothes to impress people who see you on the street that you will never meet. And I don't want to get caught up in that kind of idea. It's infinite loop and it doesn't go anywhere. If you're trying to impress somebody and to feel better, good, it doesn't go anywhere, because there's no way to feel complete. There's always better people than you, and then if you do that kind of a game, if you play that kind of a game competition, you never win. So you need to focus. You need to redirect your energy and focus to something else to be happy, not to get external validation from people. Many people do that, especially rich people want to show off how much they have, how much financial power they have to feel good, which makes them temporarily feel happy because they feel like they accomplished something. But that's short-lived emotion. So seeking external validation doesn't make you happy long term. So that's why I'm thinking about what to do right now. It's not about money. I knew it, and I want to take on an adventure. I want to go on an adventure, but I can't just keep traveling and go on an adventure for like 365 days a year, right? It's really about the balance and have passion, interest and purpose in my life. And I know that it's better to spend some time, share the joy with somebody else to feel the bigger joy than doing everything by yourself. So that's why people donate to contribute to others, to feel even bigger impact than just doing it by yourself, spending time by yourself. So yeah, I don't have the answer, but that's kind of like my today's what's on my mind today. It's really philosophical, and I want to be enlightened. I wish I have an answer, but it's not that simple. And things like money, things like success, things like accomplishment, things like growth, I feel like that. I went to gym, and then I questioned myself, why do I even go to gym? Why do I even want to work hard to get jacked, to build more muscles? Why do I spend time for this gym thing? Where do I go after gym kind of thing? What I'm gonna do is say gym. What's the point of going to gym? And then I know I get a little bit happy by feeling like I'm growing, my muscles getting bigger. I get that, but am I going to keep doing that for the next 40 years until I die? No, right? So what is the bigger happiness? I get a little bit of happiness, decent amount of happiness working out, but it's not gonna be an ultimate purpose of my life. That's why when I see so many fitness YouTubers posting videos all about fitness, I can't have a life like that, because I want to have a balanced life, and then fitness is never going to be about my primary purpose. It's just a means to the end, and the end is to have a happy life, and it means the fitness to have a happy, healthy, fit mind and a body to do something. And I'm questioning myself about what to do with my current fit and healthy body. So, you know, I've read many books about it, you know, meditation, happiness, personal development, self-development, self-esteem, you know, confidence, personal happiness, personal finance, entrepreneurial thing, business, marketing, social skills, dating, and you know, it's kind of, that's where I am right now. I'm still working on it. And I think I'm gonna always be working on this, you know, personal happiness no matter what. Even if I move to Australia, even if I have a, you know, better job, even if I have a better apartment, even if I have a better shape of body, even if I have so much more and more and more, there's always this question remaining in my mind, back in my mind. What is more to do with my happiness? What is more to do with my life? You know, no materialistic thing is gonna never satisfy that question. And so that is my homework for, you know, tomorrow, next week, next month, next few years. And if you are a high school student thinking about studying abroad in Canada to have a better life, to get a better salary, to have a better work and life balance, so that you can have more options in terms of money, you know, a place to live, people to hang out with, you know, better social systems, then thinking about studying abroad, studying at the university in Canada is a good choice, a great choice. But you need to think ahead. What are you going to do with, you know, a good life eventually? Anyways, that's it, guys. I'm gonna go back, eat ice cream, have a dinner. So yeah, pretty philosophical, thinking a lot about my life always, you know. But I wanted to share this with you guys. I kind of wanted to keep this as a record for myself in the future. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, let me know. If you felt like, you know, if one of the things you said, you know, I said, one of the things that I said or mentioned in this video resonated with you, let me know as well. Other than that, we have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for watching.